NDTV and Channel 12 in Israel have come together for this very special build-up broadcast tonight before the Prime Minister of India begins his speech inside the Knesset. Arad Nir, Senior Chief Foreign Affairs Editor of Channel 12, is live with me from Jerusalem. Good to see you, Arad. The mood in both countries very, very high with the Indian Prime Minister. What are your thoughts as we count down to that big speech in the Knesset?
Indeed, we are all waiting for Modi's address to the Israeli Knesset, to the Israeli people. It is not the first time that Modi visits Israel. We hosted him a couple of years ago. We have been seeing the close relationship between him and Prime Minister Netanyahu, and also this morning as he stepped down his aircraft, the hugs and the warmth between these two leaders could not be hidden, and no one made an attempt to do it. We are really awaiting his speech. Not many world leaders have been here recently, so this is why this is extremely appreciated and much anticipated. As you discussed earlier, there's so much on the agenda, there's so much on the table between the two leaders and the two nations.
You know, Arad, it's a difficult time in the world. It's a difficult time in the region. There's a lot of uncertainty. You know, there are war clouds over Iran. As a journalist, as a TV news editor in Israel, how are you seeing India's role in in whatever is going to happen next? Because right now, you and I are both journalists in two different countries, and we don't really know what's going to happen next. There's a sense of uncertainty. How do you see India's role?
Well, we are a country of 10 million people. You are a country of nearly 1.5 billion people. We are so little and you are so big, but we need you in order to survive in this world, in this changing world, as you said, because there's so much we can do together. And it has been proven before also in our geopolitics aspects. The Indian government led by Prime Minister Modi have changed so much in recent years in Israel's stance in the region and in the world. So I think that things that can be done in the future, we can only imagine about it. On the table, as far as we know, there are $9 billion deals that are going to be signed between India and Israel on security, on various defense aspects, and this is only the beginning. You know, there's so much more that can be done.
There is so much. You're absolutely right, Arad. There is, of course, the strategic cooperation, and as you rightly said, tomorrow, the two sides are going to be signing a defense cooperation memorandum of understanding, which takes forward in the India-Israel defense relationship. There are no defense deals being signed, but this visit will, of course, provide some momentum towards them. There's a lot of stuff being discussed on counter-terrorism cooperation. There's a lot of stuff being shared on intelligence sharing. There's a lot of stuff being shared on AI, on cutting-edge technology, on agriculture, on startups, on business. This is a full relationship. I'm glad you mentioned that we are 1.5 billion people to your 10 million. But the incredible number of commonalities, Arad, between the two countries is quite incredible. I traveled to Israel to cover the aftermath of the Hamas attack in October 2023. It was my first visit to Israel. It is incredible to see how similar we are, despite our very different sizes and populations.
Yes, indeed, there's so much in common. You traveled here in our bad times. I traveled to India in better times. I interviewed Modi 2 times, once in Delhi, once in Varanasi, and I came to know this wonderful leader. And still, I'm anticipating another interview, hopefully in the very near future. I'm sure that the people, the right people in Delhi are hearing it now. So here's the proposal again on the table. We can really lead the world world to better times. As you mentioned earlier, these are very special times, but once the clouds of war will disperse, there's so much that can be done, not only in security and defense, also in the various other fields and aspects that you mentioned so rightly and so professionally, be it AI, be it various computerized and even industry. You know, I ride motorcycle. There are so many Indian motorcycles here. Royal Enfields are abundant on our roads.
Yes,
and it's very nice to see, you know, this jewel of Indian industry here in Little Israel. Doing all this availability for transportation, and I'm sure that many industries in Israel can find a vast market in India, and vice versa. As I mentioned, the market here is much smaller, but it's unique.
You know, Arad, a couple of final questions because the Prime Minister of India is about to begin speaking inside the Knesset. But, you know, I want to ask you both as a journalist as well as a citizen of Israel, what do the people of Israel expect from the Indian Prime Minister and from India as far as the current conflict is concerned? Because India has a unique position. You know, it has good diplomatic relations with Israel, very good diplomatic relations with Iran as well, with Saudi Arabia, all of the countries in West Asia. How do the people of Israel view India's role? Do they expect India to do more or to do something differently?
Well, I think that there's much of appreciation here in Israel for what India have done so far. Prime Minister Modi was with us from the very first day of the atrocities of October 7th. You know, he keeps on tweeting. He's very good on Twitter, as you all know. And he was with us from this very same day. Before his previous visit here, he did help Israel to integrate into the Middle East. Can you imagine that? Before this visit, we had to fly all around the Arab Peninsula in order to get from Israel to the east. Now, well, we have some problems since October 7th, but thanks to the Indian diplomatic effort, El Al and other airlines could fly over Saudi Arabia. This is unprecedented. And as I said earlier, I think that once the cloud of wars will disperse, then there's so much that India can help Israel to integrate, not only so far as to where you are in the East, but here in the Middle East, much westerly to India itself. And also, we all hope that the good will that comes from India will help, hopefully, please God, one day Iran and Israel integrate in positive manner.
I hope so.
Have been in the very far.
That is a beautiful thing to hope for. Obviously, right now it doesn't seem possible or even near at all, but hopefully at some point, you know, this may be something that's conceivable.